Yes, welcome back to another week with another lap guide. This week we are doing Autodromo Nazionale Monza with no chicane in the Red Bull 2014 X Junior or X2014 Junior. Yeah, pretty tricky car this one. Really has heaps of lift-off oversteer. So tips for the week is when you're pulling your foot off the throttle, pull it off nice and slow like. Not too many heavy braking zones. The car pitches forward quite a lot. Also doesn't like eating curbs, so jumping the curbs takes a little bit of practice. And we're running front one on the brake balance. Some other tips would be probably this is maybe what they call a momentum car, so we really want to be carrying as much speed as possible on the exits of all the corners. So without further ado, let's get into it, and we will start today with a little bit of turn one. So we've put 220 up there today as a note. That's the start finish line speed that you're aiming for. 219, 220 is not too bad. Our PB is 221 coming over the line, and that should keep you with most of the top 10 ghosts. So as we make our way down to turn one, you'll see we're sort of in the center of the road, aiming to the edge of the road where we've chucked that arrow. Braking, trying to brake at the end of the fence there, but we're a bit early this time. Turning in from the ripple strip, we're going to try and get this sausage curb straight through the center of the car. We missed the second sausage curb, just giving it a graze there. I think the last few tenths in the ultimate fastest lap will be straddling the second sausage curb, but from the moment we were just running wide of it, trying to carry as much exit speed. Now for the first Lesmo, I'm doing a lift off, a really slow lift off down to no throttle, and then gentle back on the throttle. For the second Lesmo, we're going to brake it around the 50 board. I think I overbrake a touch here, so we're trying to aim for about half brake really quickly. We're doing all that carrying the speed. There will be a little bit of oversteer as the car drifts to the exit, using all the curb on the exit and straight back on the accelerator as quick as possible. Yeah, as we finally get a little bit of breath, so that is probably the most important part of the lap. Is it Reglio and the Lesmos. So this time we're braking just after the 100 board, probably about the 90 meter mark. We're going to pick up 5th here, and I wait on 4th. I feel doing 4th too quickly unsettles the car. Once again, a little bit of oversteer on the entry, straightening up on the exit curb. And we take a little bit too much curb there, probably wouldn't have minded a little bit less. But as you can see, we exit that corner about 190 km an hour. So that's where you make all your time down this back straight. Yeah, really difficult track this one. Braking just before the 50 this time. Once again, I think this is a little bit early. We were a bit cautious. We knew we were up on our previous PB. Turning in, just waiting for the car to come back to us. Half throttle, full throttle when you feel all the grip come back. Still plenty of room on the exit there, probably another tenth or two if we need it. Now I like to come back and cut the last bit of this track for the fastest time, run that wall. That was good enough for a 37.6, so we'll jump on board in speed mode. So some people are running the white line. On this occasion we're going to start from the inside and run to the curb, jump the first sleeping policeman, miss the second sausage, use all the curb on the exit, run the white line to the first Lesmo, lift off slow, no throttle, part throttle, full throttle, using all the curb on the exit, 50 meter board, light braking, get the car turned in, and we want to be back on the accelerator driving out of Lesmo 2 as fast as possible. So now you get yourself a breather, check your delta, get real nervous because you'll be on a PB now. braking just after the 100 board, down into 5th, picking up 4 just before the apex, right onto the curb. You do want a lot of the last bit of curb in a Ascari, but just not too much. There is a penalty waiting there for you if you want to use much more than that. Generally, if you get 2 wheels off the ground, that'll force the opposite 2 wheels into the ground, and that will save you the penalty. Parabolica, ever difficult. Braking at the 50, turning in, letting the car drift wide, and we're come across to cut off the exit of the corner, trying to save a 10th or 2. Don't know if it really does save you a 10th or 2, but that's definitely the technique we've been using. On board with a little bit of bumper cam, so the bumper players can have a look-see. So that curb straight through the centre, that curb under the right hand wheel, using all of the ripple strip on the exit. 50 metre board, start to lift off, close the throttle on the apex, open the throttle as we run to the outer curb. Light braking at the 50 board, accelerating wide open throttle before the apex. And yeah, once again we get a nice little breather. Yeah, it gives you plenty of time to build up the nerves here at Monza, especially if you nail those first, 5 corners. Ascari, just missing the sleeping policeman, taking a policeman on the exit though. You can use the guys in the middle, but I wouldn't use the third one. You really only want to touch the first one, maybe the second one, give it a little bit of a graze there in the middle of Ascari. So you can brake at the 50 board. We're braking a little bit earlier here, get it turned in, run that curb, and we really want to let the car run all the way to the green stuff on the left hand side there. We probably knocked off a few kph there, minimising our exit speed, or not maximising the exit speed, should I say. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for the video. We'll just have a look to see how much track we're using. Really don't want to have Curva Grande. You don't want to hear your front tyres squealing as you go around there, so just try and minimise the squeal. Turn in from the ripple strip. So you can see that we're running the wheels on the white line on the exit there. We should turn in from almost the white line. Don't really get a good view there to see if we clip the apex, but once again turning in off the white line, so using all the track width. Just helps your entry and exit speeds, so really try and maximise the track width. Really opens the steering as well, so that will allow these slower cars to carry a touch more speed. That's not an awesome view there, pretty much using all the curb, a little bit sideways on the exit there. Might have cost us a little bit, but it won't be the end of the world. So I think 39s are fairly doable. Haven't really attacked the track massively yet, and we're midway through the 39s. Still a little bit of room in there, one would say. Yeah, let us know how that went in the comments. If you're new, like and subscribe.